Well, hello, everyone. I am here with my dear friend, Jeannine Goode, Doctor of the Soul, amazing power woman who her specialty is mastering your creativity, and she has this amazing relationship with the 12th century mystic Hildegard. And we're here today to talk about her upcoming 13-day challenge that's called Bring Spirit to the Holidays. And so I just want to welcome you, Jeannine.
Thank you. I'm so, as always, honored to be in your presence and to be speaking to you about things that are so near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, I mean, I always love, I know we always have so much fun just sharing together. And, I'd love to hear how did you even come up with this 13-day challenge? And what's it really about for you?
Yeah, well, in my studies of the work of Saint Hildegard, and, she is, I think, the most powerful and creative woman that ever lived, and was able to accomplish things that, we just can't really even wrap our brains around it. But I started studying her life over 30 years ago. And the reason I did is because I had started singing her music. And whenever I would sing her music, it was like I had all this energy. I just came alive like nobody's business. And I'm like, what's up with this music, right? So that plus the fact that I learned she lived to be 81 years old, at a time when most people didn't live past their mid-30s. And so I thought, okay, this is really extraordinary. So that was really the hook for me many years ago. And one of the things that is central to Hildegard's work, she was the first woman whose theological writings were acknowledged and approved of by the church authorities in Europe at the time. And in there, she had these paintings. They're called illuminations. And they're just so rich and powerful, and she wrote a book where she described what she saw in her own words, and then what she heard when she saw these things, and then also what her 2 cents was about it all. But it's a real heavy read, and I really was questing, how could I find a way to make these images and her words that accompanied them useful for my life. So it really started with a personal quest. And what I did was I ended up recording on my phone her words to each image. And I would go for long walks. I live in Colorado by these amazing Rocky Mountains where they start the Flatirons. And I go for walks along the Flatirons, and I'd be listening to my voice reading her words with this question: what in all of this is useful? And without exception, and I usually get like waves of goosebumps, without exception, I would hear and feel the nugget, the pearl, if you will, in all of the content. And so I took that home and I created a meditation. I wrote out a meditation to really get at and digest the key piece of each illumination. And as I did that, I realized, oh, wow, these are questions that would really help me during a certain time of the year, which is this transition from one year into the next. These 13, because there were 13 of them. And so I picked the nights December 24th through January 6th. So we kind of crossed half, one year and half the next. And I realized that these nuggets, these, because it really was like right when the goosebumps came, I paid attention. It's like, okay, that's the important part. And so I took that knowing and formulated questions that I then used to digest the year that was coming to a close, but also look at the year that's coming. And so it became a beautiful way to review the entire year through a spiritual lens, through a very wise lens. And, one of the things about Hildegard is she was so powerful. Her love, unconditional love, and wise voice is such a beautiful way to bring light into our souls. And that's what happened for me. And so as I was doing this year in, year out, I said, okay, I want to try and share this with people because it really helped me, take also the pain of the year that had gone by and work through it and out of it. So as I went into the new year, there was a freedom there. There was an openness, there was a capacity to receive into, onto a clean slate. So it was profoundly healing too. And then finally, Hildegard Bingen is so down to earth. This woman was connected to our planet. It was, yes, she was connected to the heavens, but she also had her feet on the ground. And so out of these questions and this journaling process came action steps for the coming year and the mojo to follow through with them. So for me, it's just been, okay, I'm doing this every year for the rest of my life because it just so works. And infuses me with such joy and beauty. And one of the things I really wanted to also with this was to bring in her music and to bring in other sacred music, so that as I listened to because I then recorded the guided meditation. So as I listened to the words of the guided meditation, there was also this beautiful music holding it up. And then the final piece is that every night I would pay attention to my dreams. Because this time of the year, I think because the nights are the longest and because we have this slumbering happening, on the planet, our souls are open to receiving this amazing guidance through our dreams. And so I record my dreams and invite people in the program to record their dreams every night and to see the images, even draw or paint the images if you're so inclined, and to listen what the guidance is that comes through the dreams. So it's magical, and we get to do it in community. And that's what I was really also going for. Is that, people who are on a spiritual path, who want to come together in community, have a vehicle to do so.
And what I love that, and what I like about your, the way you do it is it's very, yes, Hildegard was, was in the 12th century and was a nun, but to me she was kind of like a shamaness. And her connection to earth, like for me, I'm raised half Jewish and half non-practicing, and non-practicing Christian background, Protestant background. And it's amazing how, like, the images that you're talking about, those illuminations, how powerful they are, and that it doesn't matter your background, that you can get a lot out of it. And I was kind of blown away.
Right, unexpected, right?
The first time I did it, like, I was like, whoa, this is powerful medicine. She was like a real medicine woman.
No, and that's the thing. This program can be, for some people, and myself included, very healing.
Yeah.
So you bring in that word medicine woman, absolutely. And, I think I was really guided step by step how to create this, and to work with it, and then, come to share it with others. And I love how you say, no matter what your spiritual background, it blows my mind, some indigenous people, when they look at these images, they see the corn god in a Hildegard illumination. And so I know that what she was receiving was meant for all of us, no matter what our background is or what our, views are regarding spirituality. She speaks to us all, and we each have our own unique connection to what she's sharing. And so for me, this is so exciting because, like you, Deborah, I love all the spiritual traditions and I've used all of them to help me in my life. And so to have an image that can speak to it all, that's just so vast and
Well,
beautiful.
then it's all about how you connect with the image. It's like, what does it mean to you? And it's just going to be a completely different experience for each
Absolutely.
person, each
And what
participant.
I really also, I really had to discern on this for a while because I really want people, and this, because this was my experience, I listened to her words. So I'm not like staring at her illumination while I'm listening to the words. And so I really invite people to just take in her description of what she saw and see what our own unique images are. And of course, if you want to then come and take my course months down the road, which I hope people do, then we really look at these illuminations and see what did she have painted, But in this program, we're not actually looking at her illuminations, her images. We're receiving our own.
Which
And
is powerful.
that's so important. It's so important that we start and continue to trust our images, because those are the images that will guide us, will inform our lives. It's our own images.
Right. And those images are coming from the deepest part of you. And so, it's like that's the medicine is, being able to, and then when you have the music and sound to kind of activate that with the words, it's so powerful.
I also know from my own experience that, to really take the time to and rest and dream, and then in the morning to write. I prefer doing the writing in the morning. Some people prefer, listening to the audio recording and then writing at night, and then see in the morning what dreams come and writing those. I typically have done all the writing in the morning just because that's when I'm, that's how I roll. But you have choices in this program, how to work with it with your own energy and your own rhythms. But what I do know is, to light a candle or to burn some incense and to just get still and soak in this extraordinary beauty at this time of the year. It doesn't get better than that. I'm telling you. I'm like, how many more days? Oh my God, 9. Okay, we're almost ready.
Well, and I mean, and I've done it
Yes,
twice.
tell.
I've
How
done it
was it?
twice. And I mean, it's really healing. Like I actually went in and read some of the stuff that I wrote in the Facebook group last year. I freaking had some very powerful healings. And yeah, and I think that I have got a lot of clarity about, the kind of review of the last year. And then kind of I had like a dream. I want to share it because I had this dream
Yes,
and I
please.
can't even remember. I don't even remember what illumination it was, but I'm going to read the dream to you because um, that's how powerful it. And it kind of was going with the theme of my years.
Yes,
So
it would be an honor to hear it, please.
yeah. So I had another powerful dream. One image was having a few people witness me having a dialogue between myself and one of my shadows, inner critics, about money issues. We go back and forth until the inner critic loses its power over me as she is witnessed. The
Mm.
other image was I'm in a room with water buffaloes. I realize they can go outside and bathe in the pond behind the cabin. So I encourage them to go out to the pond. There are 2 tiny baby water buffaloes that want to stay with me. I decide to take them out to join their family. The water buffalo has been coming ever since in my mind's eye. I feel its strength, service, and deep connection to Mother Earth, a wonderful guide to have accompany me into 2022 to give me strength to build my my Rupertsburg, which is my project, my book, to stretch beyond my comfort zone and to help me face a lot of the unknowns in this changing time. So that was a freaking powerful dream. And I mean, that has been, you know, in a way that buffalo has been a theme, has been this year. I'm still working the buffalo. But I mean, that, you know, for me to actually go and read was a bit of a review too. But
Sure.
it was, I had a few really powerful dreams, and it's a really cool process, you know, and it doesn't take, it's like before you go to bed, you do it. And it's something that, you know, I'm all about. You know, I love solstice, and I love you know, that's my, you know, more my holiday than all the other holiday things. And but it's so beautiful to do this practice for
Yeah.
13 nights and to receive the medicine and the insights and the surprises of, you know, what these images that are, you know, and I mean, the healing that happened. I mean, it's a powerful program. And
Yeah.
so I, you know, highly, highly recommend, if you're looking for a way to connect deeply with your soul, with yourself, and to get to restore and to connect in with you know, your deeper self, and what it is that, you know, and have a bit of a review of this year, and then, you know, what's wanting to come through. And it's amazing, you know, like that dream really has Jeannine's witnessed me this year. You know, I've been working this issue beautifully, and I've had a lot of support from the buffalo. So I forgot about that until I read it, and I went, wow. So
I
this
actually
is a powerful program.
this year I'm actually going to counsel people to each month take, you know, a half an hour and review the writing around the illuminations, you know, because you're right. It's like we forget. It's like, I can't believe I had that dream. But I think it's important as the year then unfolds to keep, you know, weaving in, or if you're, you know, a baker, you know, kneading in the guidance that came and what we wrote in our journals. And I'm so glad you brought up the Facebook group, because, you know, there are 2 ways you can go about doing this program. If you're a more introvert and you don't really want to be in community and you just want to be, you know, in your cocoon over these nights, you don't have to engage with others. You can just take your sweet time and journey. You know, and I always give people that option. And you know, and if you're feeling like I can't fathom, you know, interacting, you know, that's certainly a way to go. I, however, want to really encourage those of you who do sign up to join the Facebook group, because in there, I will be going live every morning, and I'm going to be sharing with you what I wrote in my journal, because you get, with each audio, you also get a PDF, which comes together as this beautiful journal. And so I encourage folks to watch that video every morning and listen to my ride, you know, listen to what dreams I had. So I really open up my soul and share it with you in the Facebook group over the 13 days, and then invite you to share as well. And you can certainly do a little video and post it, or you can do like Deborah wrote that in the Facebook group, this
I know.
water buffalo journey, and listening to you reread that today, I'm wondering, okay, why the two buffaloes, the two little babies? I'm curious about those two babies.
I know. It makes me curious
Might
too.
be
Like to,
something to review over your year, in this
yeah,
program. Now,
exactly. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm, and yeah, I think I will. I'm going to reflect on that more. I'm so grateful that
it popped up
that
as a question in my soul as you were reading and
yeah,
said,
of the
"Okay,
two buffalo, the
gotta
two,
look at why there's two
yeah, I don't know.
babies and babies."
Yeah,
Uh,
and the babies, and that they wanted to stay with me, but I felt like they should be with their families. You know, so yeah, it is
so
interesting.
good.
But and
And
I just
yeah,
want to, I want to just say before we finish here is that that Facebook group, like I shared that dream, and it's pretty vulnerable, but you have a space that feels really safe, like the people that are drawn to work with you, they're beautiful people, and creatives and heart-centered, and it's like I met, like met some beautiful people in there that I've gotten to know now through
yes, that's right.
through right through
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. So I think it's really there's a kind of community building aspect of when you share, and then I think it also helps other people, even if you're not posting, that you kind of see like what's possible, and then maybe another way to look at these illuminations that you're reading.
Absolutely. And, no matter how many years now that I have journeyed through this process, every year has been so different as to what's come, how I've journeyed with it. And, last year was the first time I did these Facebook Lives in the morning. And yeah, talk about being vulnerable. I mean, I'm sharing my spiritual journey to the core with all of you. And but I find that in doing that, community can be built at an even deeper level.
Well,
And
because you're giving permission, you're giving people that, like, you know I mean, you get it, and it was good hearing your Facebook lives, because you could really, feel it. Like it helps you understand yourself. There you can see yourself, and you see the different ways that you can, the different ways of interpreting these words and images.
no, and I really want to, I think in closing, Deborah, reach out to people watching this who are in pain.
Mhm.
This is a nightmare of a time on this planet for so many of us. And so whatever pain you might be in, I'm not saying that this is going to wipe away all the pain, but I know it will help. And to commit to this nurturing that this program is about can really help, settle the turbulence and get ready for a new start. And so it's a very gentle process. You can share as much or as little as you want. And as Deborah said, you can just tune into what the rest of the group is doing. But I really, I want to underscore the healing that happens as a result of connecting with my work and the work of Hildegard of Bingen.
Yep, it is very healing, and I'm doing it again.
Yay!
So, I'll be in there sharing my dreams and my whatever happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but come and play with us, because it's so beautiful. Anyway, I'm very excited about it.
And you can get as creative as you want. I mean, I'm all about the color pencils and crayons and paints and, crafts. And so I tend to really like draw away in my journal, and sometimes I will share it. Most times I will share it. And so just know that, yes, it can be really fun too. Just
Oh,
get
it
out
is.
a box of crayons, get out a box of crayons and try and draw some of these images from our dreams. And, we're all artists. I mean, that's another one of my big things, right? And so come let your artistic side have some airtime.
So important.
Yeah.
So important. So we're going to put the link to sign up and register for this. This is free, by the way.
That's right.
What a freaking incredible offering. 13, nights with you and Hildegard. And, it's just it's a wonderful event and a wonderful challenge and, and a joy.
Yeah.
It's not a challenge, it's a joy.
Deborah, I'll tell you, we have a few repeats as I've looked at the sign up. So I think you're going to recognize some friends in there, and we are so excited for all the new folk joining. So yeah, come join us.
Yeah, I hope you'll come, and we'll put a link below so that you can register.
All right.
Thanks so much,
Thanks
Jeannine,
you, Deborah.
for letting us know more about and hearing more. It was great to hear more about the program, like how it started for you. That I don't think I'd
Yeah.
heard all that before, so that was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you in whenever it is, in 10 days or however many days it is.
It's 9 now. Not that
9 days.
I'm counting.
All
Thank-
right, everyone. Be well. Happy almost solstice.
That's right.
Okay. Bye for now. Thanks, Jeannine.
Welcome.